Welcome to the George and Victoria podcast, where we dive deep into meaningful themes that resonate with our everyday lives. I'm George.
And I'm Victoria. Today, we're exploring a powerful theme that's as relevant now as it has ever been. You shall not steal.
Absolutely, Victoria. Our conversation today will draw from key scriptures like Exodus 20:15, which simply states, "You shall not steal," and Ephesians 4:28, which advises us not just to stop stealing, but to work honestly so that we can share with those in need.
This biblical perspective gets us thinking about the deeper implications of stealing. It's not just about taking something that doesn't belong to you. It's also about what's happening in our hearts and minds. When we steal, we're essentially declaring, I don't trust that God will provide for me.
Right. If we believe that God has a plan for us, we should wait for that plan to unfold. It reminds me of that moment when you think of cheating on a project because you feel desperate. It's saying, God isn't working fast enough for me, which is, of course, a lack of faith.
Exactly. And many folks might be listening and thinking, I don't steal. I've never taken anything that isn't mine. But stealing can come in many forms, can't it?
It sure can. Let's think about time, for instance. Wasting time at work is a form of stealing, not just from your employer, but also from your own effectiveness and growth.
That's a great point. Another example is intellectual theft. How often have we seen someone take credit for an idea that isn't theirs? When we do that, we undermine the hard work and creativity of others.
And here's the kicker. Integrity plays a crucial role in all of this. When trust is broken through stealing or dishonesty, rebuilding that trust takes time.
Yes, it does. Integrity isn't just about making the right choice when others are watching. It's about being true to oneself, even when no one is looking. Every act of honesty builds another layer of trust, especially in our relationships, at work, and in our service to others.
And that brings us to the transformative power of honest work, as seen in Ephesians 4:28. It doesn't merely tell us to stop taking, it calls us to be givers instead. Isn't that a beautiful invitation?
It really is. When we engage in honest work, our efforts transform into acts of worship. Our labor becomes a way to serve others and ultimately to honor God. Imagine putting your hands to work, creating something from nothing, not just ensuring your own needs are met, but also filling the needs of others.
When we embody honesty and integrity, we're essentially proclaiming God's provision is enough for me. Even in times of perceived lack, living a life of integrity is a testament to our faith.
And there's peace in that decision, isn't there? Choosing to be diligent rather than taking shortcuts leads us down a path of abundance. It mirrors God's way, always leading us to peace.
So, as we wrap up this episode, let's remind our listeners, when we steal from possessions, time, or even peace, we disrupt not just our own integrity, but also our relationship with God and others.
And on the flip side, when we choose honest work, we're empowered to share generously, reflecting God's character of abundance. Every act of trust is an opportunity to testify to His goodness.
Absolutely, Victoria. It's all about trust, integrity, and the ability to influence those around us positively. Thanks for joining us for this thought-provoking discussion on stealing and integrity.
We hope today's conversation encouraged you to reflect on your choices and consider how you can embody integrity and trust. Remember, every act of honesty paves the way for a richer, more fulfilling life.
Until next time, stay curious and keep pursuing integrity in all that you do.